Live from New York City, it's Wendy Williams. Today, America's toughest trainer, Jillian takes a break from The Biggest Loser to show Wendy some curve-tastic moves. Plus, is Shae having a meltdown? Entertainment reporter Shae Wilbur gives Wendy the inside scoop and all the latest juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Today. I appreciate it. Thank you, my co-host, with the day off. Thank you for choosing to be here, because you could be back home in bed. How you doing? Oh, well rested. I feel great. Madonna, everybody is sparking controversy again. Oh, you heard about it, but we'll get the last word in here. And then Lindsay Lohan is back in the club. And Beyonce threw shade at Kelly Rowland. Let's talk about it. It's time for Hot Topics. You know, I love you more. I have always been the type of person, first of all, I've loved my career ever since it started. I loved radio, it was my dream, and now this. And I've always been the one who, on holidays, I want to work because I know that I have a captive audience. I know many of you at home don't get a chance to watch the show because you're always working. Happy day off and happy Martin Luther King Day. Yes. And I want to shout out to all the teachers and the government workers, because everything is shut down today. Yeah. Of course, we know that MLK stood for equality, nonviolence, and hope. I hope that that's how you're walking your life. Happy birthday. If he lived, he'd be 85 years old today. And I'm very disappointed in the director, Oliver Stone. And you don't get a pass. Have you heard about this? No. All right, well, that's what I'm here for. He pulled out of an MLK biopic that he was producing because the King family estate put the kibosh on it, as well they should have. All right, I'll tell you what he said. One of the many things he said. He said, the script dealt with issues of adultery, conflicts within the movement, and King's spiritual transformation into a higher, more radical being. I'm told the estate and respectable, it's in quotes, black community, and the respectable black community that guard King's reputation won't approve of it. They suffocate the man and the truth. You know what? Here's my thought. We're not suffocating the man and the truth. Nobody's perfect, you know. However, I hate to turn everything into a black-white thing. But you know what? My people, we don't have many of us to be able to really celebrate on an international platform. Let Dr. King's reputation be what it is, that of nonviolence, and let's not go into whatever else, you know? I mean, I just think that it was in poor taste, you know? With so many of our men being in jail, being undereducated, I'm talking about my people, in jail, undereducated, and not celebrated. Leave Dr. King's reputation alone, Mr. Stone. Did I just see my friend Shelly on the, Shelly, are you here? Yes. Oh, the camera just went on you. That's the only way I knew you were here. How you doing? This show. Oh, and congratulations to the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos. They're gonna be facing off in the Super Bowl on February 2nd in New Jersey. You know, okay, me and my family, we went to Disney to, you know, spend some quality family time and capture the magic over the weekend. And on the plane ride back yesterday, the flight attendant kept giving score update. It was pissing me off as I'm trying to sleep. I mean, you don't get on a flight and they give housewives updates. So why do we care about a score on the sports update? And then every time he'd give the update, everybody in the plane but me would be like, yeah, or boo, or, you know, everybody had a reaction. Did you watch the Housewives last night, by the way? We'll talk about them in a moment. But first, I want to talk about the First Lady Michelle Obama's 50th birthday party at the White House over the weekend. I love this birthday in my mind, right down to the invitations. The invites reportedly said snacks, sips, dancing, and desserts. Dessert. They didn't even say hors d'oeuvres, you know? They snacks. How regular. Like as if they had pigs in the blanket and chips. And then our local news reporter here, Rosanna Scotta. So I wake up this morning and Rosanna's crowing about, what, they didn't have real food? They had, you know, snacks? And I'm thinking to myself, that's my kind of party. Who feels like going up to a buffet and getting a slab of ham and turkey with gravy, walking around with a plate like that? The best parties are parties with hors d'oeuvres. And I'm not talking about hors d'oeuvres where you have to go to the hors d'oeuvre station and still have a plate. I'm talking about the past hors d'oeuvres. In my mind, the Obamas had it where there were people walking around in fancy costumes, passing the, you know, or a tuxedo or something, passing the hors d'oeuvres, and you take your hors d'oeuvre, pull it off the Q-tip, toothpick, and then put it there in the dispenser, so that all night the only thing you actually have in your hand is your drink, or your sip, several sips. And I heard the party didn't end. There were conflicting reports. Some people said that the party was only from 9 to midnight, and I was like, well, only 3 hours to get turned up? And then I heard, no, the party was from 9 to 2. I was like, okay, that's respectable. Then I heard 9 to 4, and I said, now that's my kind of party. And everyone was told to wear comfortable shoes. To me, that means you're gonna be kicking off your shoes, but they told to wear comfortable shoes. Don't you love the idea of going to a party in a pair of comfortable, squishy flats? And not have to make an excuse for it because it was requested that you wear them? And then Beyonce performed. Look at Beyonce comfortable at the White House. She's mighty comfortable, isn't she? Remember the first time she went, she was all pinned up and sang happy, you know, the song to the president on inaugural day? But they're good friends in real life. There's the White House dog. No, he's not missing an eye. I think that was just the angle of the picture. Beyonce performed for a half hour, though. See, when I go to a party, I want a party. I don't want a concert, you know? I mean, unless it was kind of understood that while she's up there performing for a half hour, that we don't have to stand forward and watch her on the stage, that we're actually able to dance ourselves or socialize and talk to one another. Because while Beyonce's a great performer, I don't want a half-hour performance from Beyonce when I'm at a party, you know? And then the president was teaching people how to do the Dougie. See, that I don't want to know. I don't want to know that part. For some reason, Michelle Obama can have the best time of life and be like the rest of us, young with low-rise jeans and, you know, doing it and twerking. But I don't want to know that the president has that much fun, especially because the country's a mess. I just want to know that he had a couple of sips, stayed for a Beyonce performance, and then disappeared and went to bed. Or something. Yeah, no, it's not time for fun, it's time for work. Speaking of Beyonce, people are accusing her. I'm accusing her. And they're accusing her. And a lot of people on social media, okay, everybody is accusing her. I don't even think the Beehive can say that she wasn't throwing shade. They're accusing her of throwing shade at Kelly Rowland. Okay, well, Kelly posted a picture as a tribute to the late Aaliyah, who would have been celebrating her 35th birthday last week. Well, that's the picture that Kelly posted. Remember, Aaliyah passed away in 2001. She was in a private plane coming back from the Bahamas, and the plane had too much luggage, too much weight, and the plane went down, and everybody passed away, including Aaliyah. You'll also remember that when Aaliyah was 15 years old, she married R. Kelly, who was 27 at the time, which is why R. Kelly... Kitchen table talk. Anyway, a few hours later, after Kelly posted this picture, Beyonce posted the same picture. And there's really not much to say other than, do you see the shadiosity of it all? Do you see? I don't really need to talk about it. I mean, you can see Kelly is cropped out. There is no comment. I told you the comment. That's shade. Anyway, Madonna is catching heat for using the N-word. Have you heard about this? Some people did, some people didn't. I'm glad I showed up for work today. Madonna posted a picture of her son Rocco boxing, and the caption was, "Mama said knocked you out." Hashtag this N-word. In other words, this N-word. Now, first of all, I want you to know that Rocco and his mother, Rocco's 13 years old, and Rocco is a real fan of his mother. And what I discovered this weekend is my son doesn't like me anymore. You know how it is. I know what it is. I don't have my period. Kevin, I discovered this a while ago, but the ball just got smacked home this weekend. You know, he's all into his father. You know how 13-year-olds are. I was the same way when I was 13, but it is breaking my heart. He says things to me like, "Why are you so pissed?" But he'll say, "Why are you so pissed?" Like I'm pissed all the time. Like I'm the one with the problem. He's the one who's 13, and I get it, and I know that this phase only lasts for 4 years or something like that. But it is breaking my heart. And he doesn't care about Wendy on TV. He doesn't care about any of that. It just, anyway, she's lucky that he likes her. And I'm gonna go into the Madonna story, but I do have to say this. At this time, I can't understand men who disappear from their kids' lives. Like, thank God, you know, he has his buddy, you know, and father, you know. He's a father, he's a buddy, they talk sneakers, they go for haircuts, they speed off in the cars, and I'm just left there feeling like, why are you so pissed? I'm not pissed, I'm a mom. Anyway, Madonna, Rocco is a fan of his mother's, like a fan. And they have a great relationship. And Madonna, maybe too great, you know. Madonna eventually, she posted that, okay, and then she eventually deleted the post with an apology. And here's what she said. She said, the script dealt with, wait, no, that's Oliver Stone. Hold on. All right. It was not meant as a racial slur. I'm not a racist. There's no way to defend the use of the word. It was all about intention. It was used as a term of endearment towards my son, who is white. I appreciate that it's a provocative word, and I apologize if it gave people the wrong impression. Forgive me. Nope. You need to sit your old wrinkled behind, desperate for attention, down. Sit down. I mean, Madonna has done a lot of desperate things, but this is absolutely desperate. And no, Madonna isn't a racist. You know, she's got 2 black children that she adopted. I don't think that she's a racist at all, but I think you're stupid. Look at Rocco over here looking cool. And then there's Little Mercy, and then the other one, Erlago. What's his name? David. And of course, here's Lourdes, and then there's Madonna. So, you know, I don't think that she's racist, but I do think that she's less than smart. I mean, you know, I have lots of gay friends. As a matter of fact, they're all gay friends. But I would never use the word that starts with an F and ends with a T. Like, you know, you watch what you say. I grew up in a town full of Jewish people, and still now, you know, my girlfriend's back at the time. I would never use whatever word that would offend, you know? And you just don't do it, dumb Madonna. You don't do that. So, another star who's doing damage control is The Bachelor, Juan Pablo. Well, he's receiving backlashes about some comments that he made about the gay community. And he wants to be forgiven on account of English is his second language. Okay? I am so jealous of anybody who speaks more than just English or ubby-dubby, because that's all I speak. Do you speak ubby-dubby? You boo double, what but ubby-dubby ibis? Abai learn to boo speak gibbet from wabba shaping zoom. Don't you remember zoom? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Don't you remember zoom? I speak ubby-dubby, but Juan Pablo said that he doesn't think that he said that he doesn't think that gay or bisexual bachelor would set a good example for kids. And he referred to gays as a pervert. And now he wants us to forgive him because English is his second. Nope. You and take a seat next to Madonna. Sit down. Sit down. Well, Lindsay Lohan's not here, so let's talk about her. It's time for a Lindsay update. All right, so now, Lindsay reportedly is earning big bucks. I'm talking about $5,000 to $10,000 at a pop for doing club appearances over in London. I guess she doesn't do it here because she figures she can't get away with it. You know, the cameras will be outside and stuff. But the paparazzi's even worse over there. And we see her coming out of clubs 2 and 3 a night. So you do the math, you know, $30,000 a night just for partying and having a good time. The problem is that she's supposed to be sober, and the worst place to be is a nightclub doing appearances where, you know, you're just paid to be cool. Oprah has got to be so upset that she got involved with this girl. She was asked last week on the red carpet, you know, for one of those award shows, how is Lindsay doing? And Oprah said something to the effect of, you would know better than me. Like, you know, which slight shade, but Oprah's getting upset, I'm sure, at this girl. I bet you this girl, in my mind, only stayed sober long enough to do this documentary where the cameras follow her. We're gonna see like 2 weeks, right, you guys? Like 2 weeks, followed her. And then right after that was done and she collected her $2 million paycheck from Oprah for doing it, then she spent it on partying. Although I hope Oprah doesn't give her the money until the day after it airs, which, you know, the Lindsay reality show, excuse me, Oprah, sorry, docu-series, premieres on Sunday, March 9th on OWN. And I don't think she should get her check until Monday morning, March 10th. Really. And then it's a big, big night on TV. Why is this going to be on Sunday night, Oprah? You know we have Real Housewives of Atlanta. And we have that Heel show that follows it. And then the Rich Kids of Beverly Hills. And then if you're still watching the Kardashians, you got the Kardashians. And you know what I need? I need the DVR. I don't know what that is, but they tell me somebody has to come into the house to hook it up. And I don't like people coming in the house, so I'd rather, you know, just not have the DVR and just miss stuff. But, you know, I need the Star Jones hookup. You know what Star has in her house? She's got a series of TVs on the wall so she can keep up with everything. I love that. And the TVs, I don't think they come with picture-in-picture anymore, do they? I never learned how to operate it when we did have it, but do they still make a picture-in-picture or they don't need to do, they do? They still do? I need a new TV. I need a new TV so I can watch Oprah and Atlanta Housewives on March 9th. You know, I'm a big cheerleader of Paris Hilton, and every time that I tell you I'm a cheerleader, through the TV, I hear in my head you saying, why does she like her so much? Why does she get off Paris Hilton? You want to know why? That's a good party outfit. That's a good party outfit. You know why? Because I've been telling you all along that Paris Hilton is a true mogul. Now, maybe I haven't broken it down for you enough. So pull up close to the TV and let me tell you about Paris Hilton and why it's better to be Paris than Nicole Richie, the Beckhams, the Olsen twins, even Jessica Simpson with that stuff that she has. And Jessica Simpson has good, but Paris is doing better. And here's what I have to tell you. So she told Elle magazine that she has 45 international Paris Hilton stores. Guess what she sells in the Paris Hilton stores? Paris Hilton stuff. Oh, she's not gonna sell Wendy Williams wigs in the Paris Hilton store. She sells Paris Hilton clip-ins. She's not gonna sell a Conair blow dryer in the Paris Hilton store. She's got her own line of blow dryers. She's got 17 product lines, including handbags, shoes, fragrances, eyelashes, and that's just the beginning. And get this, now listen, get this. Now, how many stores did I tell you that she had? 45, you are listening. Thank you. Well, guess what? This year alone, she's opening 200 more, and that's just in China. Listen. And she's opening another 50 this year alone in India. Even Jessica Simpson doesn't sell her stuff in the Jessica Simpson store. It's good to be Paris, and she's 32 years old. And then one of my shady Hot Topics producers, who I won't name, but is not quite on the Paris bandwagon like me, says, well, she doesn't have the baby and the big family that she wanted. I said, yeah, and I do remember her saying that too, but that's back when she was holding the pitchfork on that reality show with Nicole Richie. You know, she said that when both girls were young and, you know, less than smart. Now, you know, no, she doesn't have the full family and the baby yet, but she will. She's only 32. She's got lots of good eggs. Did you hear that Laura Linney, friend to the show, had a baby at 49? I was so jealous when I heard this. I was so jealous. Because right about now that my own boy is turning on me, I need another baby around. It's a risky thing, but congratulations, Laura Linney. I heard the news over the weekend. She gave birth at 49, and she kept it from all of us. Good for you. We have a great show for you. Keep clapping, everybody. The Biggest Loser fitness trainer, Jillian Michaels, is here, and she's gonna show us some great workouts to help us get fit. But up next, entertainment reporter Shae Wilbur is gonna join us with the inside scoop on the shocking discovery in Justin Bieber's home. Don't go far. Everybody, with the inside scoop here, joining us with some juicy celebrity stories is Shae. Oh, excuse me, from thisisshae.com. Please say hello to Shae Wilbur.
How you doing?
Hi, Shae. How you doing?
I'm good.
I like your presentation.
Is this Wendy approved?
Yes, absolutely.
Good.
You knew where you were coming with that outfit. All right, let's get started. Justin Bieber's house was raided by the cops after the alleged egging incident. We talked about it last week. But the cops found more than they bargained for.
Yeah, so the cops are going there to find evidence of the egging. When they got there, they had a search warrant. When they got there, they found a whole plethora of, we'll just say, different drug paraphernalia. We're talking cookie jars that don't have cookies in them. Cookie jars that have marijuana in them. Allegedly.
Okay.
Yes, empty bottles of codeine, which is like used to mix and like have some kind of drug.
Scissor. The kids get high on it. Lock up your cough medicine.
Yeah,
and they also call it lean.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of remnants of all these drugs.
They found
but the thing was,
cigars to gut out.
like Swisher Sweet cigars, which I guess he like can unroll and like stuff marijuana in them.
Yeah, make them blunt.
Exactly. But the thing is, this is the crazy thing. So they were there on the search warrant to find evidence of the egging. So even though they found all this drug paraphernalia, they couldn't really confiscate anything because they were there only with a search warrant to find evidence of
Allegedly.
the egging. Yes.
Isn't that crazy though? Like they were there for one thing, they found all this other stuff, but they couldn't arrest anybody. The only reason why they arrested his cute black friend, remember I was telling you that the black friend was arrested?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Lil Za.
Lil Za.
Lil Za.
Because Lil Za had stuff in his pockets.
him,
It wasn't
right.
in the common
Exactly.
area. He had it in his pockets, allegedly.
But what they did confiscate, they were able to confiscate Bieber's cell phone, thinking that maybe on his cell phone there would be some sort of evidence of the egging. You know, like when you're out with your friends, you're having a good time, you'll take video.
Yes.
You know, Bieber is like king of the selfies.
Instead, maybe you'll find naked pictures
That's what I'm
of
scared of.
starlets
I don't want to
and-
see that. I don't want to see that.
Maybe pictures of his friends partying. You know how
Exactly.
when young people party, they're stupid. They want to take
That's what
pictures
I'm
of each
right.
other.
And so if they, you know, were doing the whole egging thing, if he was involved in that, there could be photos that are incriminating to him.
Will they
on the
ship him
phone.
out of the country?
Here's the
Will
thing.
they send him back to Canada?
They could, if he
Oh.
gets, no, they actually could legally, if the prosecutor involved in the case, if he's found guilty, and if they want to go there, because there was $20,000 worth of damages done to this house allegedly,
So
that's a major crime.
So now I'm hearing that Justin Bieber is in rehab. Is
Well,
that,
no,
is that-
he's not in rehab, but people are urging him around him.
So-
Sources say that his friends around him and some of those around him are urging him to go to rehab.
Okay.
Yeah. Where are his support, like mothers?
He doesn't like his mother,
managers?
probably.
But I mean, someone's got to like get in on. I mean,
All right,
yeah.
let's move along. Let's talk about Shia LaBeouf. You know that's my
This
crush.
is your boo. I know.
Yes. However, he's having some serious meltdowns.
Yeah.
So talk about
Wendy, I think you need to help him out.
He's not gonna listen to me.
No, he's been. Oh, he looks so nice and normal
Cute.
there, normal there. But listen, he's in this like spiral downward. So it all started when he was accused of plagiarizing. Look at you, you're like all giddy over the picture. So he was accused of plagiarizing some of Daniel Close's work. When he was accused of this.
Daniel Close, an author,
He's an author.
and Shia LaBeouf made a script, but the script was like word for word. Go.
Right, exactly.
And
so
he was caught.
he was accused of this. Then he posted a tweet, which was basically copy and pasted from Yahoo Answers, but it was an apology.
In other words, how do you apologize? And he wrote it word for
exactly,
word.
Exactly, exactly.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But then he was like, okay, I'll set the record straight. I'm gonna spend $25,000. I'm gonna hire these airplanes to write an apology in the sky, which I think was
to
good.
this author.
To the author, but
Unfortunately,
he should
go
have
ahead.
stopped there. But then he took to Twitter again and copy and pasted
Wait, no,
Gucci
because
Mane's tweet.
this flew over L.A.
Over
and
LA,
the
but the
author lives
author-
in San Francisco.
Yeah, but I mean,
All right.
but
Go
he
ahead.
knew the press would get it. Okay,
Get to the Gucci
so
Mane.
then he copied and pasted this tweet, which is by Gucci Mane. I'm addicted to lean, and that S ain't no joke. I can barely remember all the things I've done and said. However, there's no excuse.
So Gucci Mane is a rapper. He posted this
Right.
back in September. So is there anything authentic about you, Shia?
I don't know. And you know what? This isn't even like where it ends.
Let's see the video
The video of the bar fight in London. This just happened. Take a look at this.
Okay, he apparently he was there with his girlfriend.
Yes, and her mother. And this guy was kind of showing some signs of aggression towards his girlfriend's mom. So he kind of got in his face a little bit.
Shia stepped
Yeah.
up. Here's the video. They're saying that Shia had butted the guy. That's the girlfriend.
What did you just say? What did you just say? What did you just say? What did you just say?
Oh. See, I mean, he's clearly...
He needs a hug.
He needs a little more than a hug, I think.
Yeah. It's nice to know that he goes out with real, regular, easily attainable girls, doesn't it? Isn't it? Thank you so much, Shae, for being here. For more information on these stories, everybody, you can go to Shae's blog at thisisshae.com. Up next from The Biggest Loser, Jillian Michaels joins us. Good job. Our next guest has motivated millions of people to lose weight as one of the toughest trainers on The Biggest Loser. Take a look. I love her so much. Please welcome Jillian Michaels. I love you so much. I'm so glad you're back. Your visit from the last time is something that I repeat in conversation to other people over and over again. How you're like one of my favorite people. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. That's because I stalked you at that event, and like I had a freak out moment because I'm a super fan. So
Thank you, Jillian.
I think you just tried. We're having a private moment. You don't mind?
Thank
no?
you. So how's the family?
They're great. I mean, it's bananas all the time, but
Yeah.
it's great. You know, crazy.
Let's go back to The Biggest Loser. Losing weight is one of the most popular New Year's resolutions ever. This is about the time of year, you know, today, where people are starting to break their New Year's resolutions, right? You know, they usually do it like 2 weeks in.
Pretty much.
What's the best way to get through and follow through your New Year's resolution to lose weight?
For any lasting motivation on any goal, it's really important that you find your why. And that sounds really silly and really cliche, but something external can catalyze you towards a change.
Yeah.
A show you saw, a book you read, and that's great.
Why you want to lose weight?
Why? And don't say I want to be healthy. What does that even mean? What does healthy look like in your life? And it can be profound, you know, I want to walk my daughter down the aisle. Or it can be superficial. I want to wear a bikini at my 10th wedding anniversary on the beach in Aruba. Whatever.
Can an overweight person, not grossly obese, but can an overweight person be healthy?
Absolutely. The contestants are healthy and they're still overweight and have weight to lose. But that is to say they're actively getting healthy.
Yes.
So they've changed their diet and they are exercising. But I can't say I would ever want somebody to go, well, I'm 50 pounds overweight or I'm 100 pounds overweight and it's good enough. Because ultimately, if you're not practicing the healthy habits,
Yes.
it is a time bomb, so to speak.
All right, so 2014 is a big year for Jillian. She's turning 40. Whoa, look at you. Really? You're upset?
It's a rough one. I mean,
Why?
I heard you're like turning 50 and just.
I'm happy.
How is that possible?
Because I have everything that I want. I've got a loving family. I'm finally physically extremely happy with myself in clothes and out. My parents love me. I've got the career, you know, dream of my life, and I finally own it, to say it like I mean it, be damned when anybody else. I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy. But you have the same thing. She used to be a fat kid. You got yourself together. You know, you're world famous. You're at the top of your career game. You know, you've got a girl at home who loves you. You've got 2 adorable kids. I saw your son, by the way. I don't think I've ever seen your son. Look at, that's her daughter. Look. Her daughter
She's a diva.
Look how she's smiling. Look at that.
She's a diva.
Mm-hmm.
She's on fire.
Your little boy, what's his name?
His name's Phoenix.
Okay, Phoenix. Your girl, Heidi gave birth to Phoenix, everybody.
Yes.
And he is just as cute as a button as well. So I say all that to say, you know, you've got it in spades. 40 never looked so good and accomplished.
I love you. Thank you. It's just, I think, it's such a powerful number because I'm middle-aged.
No.
I'm middle-aged. And I'm really trying to like breathe and embrace it. But it is kind of shocking because I don't think of myself as middle-aged.
Yeah, I don't think of myself as 50. Is there anything that you would like to improve on your own body, being the workout guru?
Oh gosh, I love that you asked me that. I've never been, I have to say, booty. I've never fully loved my booty.
Do you mind if we look while you talk?
Well, wait, it fits into clothes nicely. That's the...
Okay. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, no. In clothes, I can stuff that sucker into a pair of jeans and you would never know. But out of the jeans, it just kind of...
It falls?
So it falls. And the texture makes me unhappy. And while I preach...
Is it dimply?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well...
Yes, it is. And I appreciate that it's like... There's good enough and there's acceptance and everything, but for 40, I really want to give myself like the best butt I can possibly
So are you going to buy one or are you going to lunge it?
I'm trying to lunge it.
Okay.
Because I've never seen a bot booty that I find that impressive.
Yeah.
But my goal for 40 is to get out of bed and not walk away backwards.
Yeah.
And Heidi has told me, she's like, I've seen your butt. I'm like, no, not really, not in the bright light. So that's like, I'm lunging it, and I have a friend of mine who's killing me, named Dan Solomon, who's been helping me with this.
He's your trainer.
Hey, I hired him. I was like, you've got to push me because quite honestly, I think anybody pushing themselves that hard, it's like literally flogging yourself. You
Yes.
can't do it. So a friend of mine helps me, and I've been working on
now
it.
you've created a workout for curves.
Yes.
Is it heavy into booty?
It's heavy into total body.
Tell us about it.
So,
curves, everybody, curves.
Okay, so I partnered with Curves because, first of all, they're everywhere, which is so important. They have like over 3,600 locations in the U.S. alone. They're affordable, which is also really key. And they're non-threatening. It's a safe environment where women can go and feel comfortable. There's a coach there to make sure that they're safe.
No men looking?
Well, no. And, although when they leave the gym, you guys can look. Then you can look. And so what I did was I just revamped their circuit. So it's just a little more effective and a little quicker to help them transform their physique.
Good. Listen, Jillian's not going anywhere. We're gonna change into our workout gear and do something next. With TV's toughest trainer, Jillian Michaels. And joining me right now, here are two audience members. It's Ashley and it's Darlene. And let's get started. What's our first move?
Okay, so these are just a few sample moves from the curve circuits.
Okay.
I'm pretty excited to train you right now. I'm gonna kill you.
Just go ahead.
All right, here we go. We're gonna start with a backwards lunge to a front kick. So we step backwards, feet are hip width apart, drop the knee, up, kick, right back down, up and
so
kick.
Uncoordinated.
No, this is great. Okay, now really pound it out, go. Think about somebody you can't stand. Stick it to them. Sink it on down there. Get a little lower, little lower, little lower.
Wait, hold on. You see how unbalanced I am?
Okay.
I can go low.
Hold. Kick, Wendy, for God's sake. Mother of God. One more. One more. Yeah. Okay, now, next one. Okay. All right. A little muffin top action. Let's get rid of that. So we're gonna come into a little
Speak
sumo
for yourself,
squat.
sister, but I'll do it.
For anybody else,
Okay.
Nobody on this stage though. So we're gonna squat down nice and low and stay low. So we're also working booty and inner thighs, hands behind the head, and we're gonna bend over, tap the ankle, back up. How you like me now? How you like me now? Back up. All right, let's see it. All right, last move.
Okay.
Here we go. It's called a star jump. So this is to really elevate heart rate. Of course, work the legs as well. Feet together. We're gonna sink down into a tight crouch, jump up, and right back down. Okay, but less cheerleader. Up. Go team! And then right back down. Yeah, there we go. Wait, are you
These
done?
are not the exercises I do. This is killer.
Whatever you do is clearly working
this is
for
good.
you.
But you want to know what? This feels really good. If you would like to learn more about this workout and Jillian's Maximize Your Life tour, go to wendyshow.com and make sure you watch The Biggest Loser Tuesday nights at 8 on NBC. We'll be right back. We're back. It's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. My name is Mila. How you doing?
Well, I like your freckles.
Thanks.
How can I help?
So, I went out the other night and I met a guy and we switched numbers and we were vibing. Everything was cool. We're still texting. He seems cool. I drank a little bit and I don't remember what he looks like. Should I ask him to text me a picture of himself or is that terrible? What do I do?
Well, at our age, we shouldn't be drinking that hard.
It's my birthday.
I get it. Listen, you ask him to send a picture, and this is how you're going to get the picture. Don't tell him that you don't remember. Ask him what he's wearing today. You know, like, what are you wearing? But don't make it, like, sexy and provocative. You know, just like, you know, hey, you know, I bet you that one time, you know, you had a nice outfit on. How do you dress in real life? Send me a picture.
All right. Thanks, Wendy.
Right? Very well. How you doing?
doing, Wendy?
Good, how can I help?
My name is Robin. How you doing again?
Hi, Robin.
So my son is 7, and he recently came home saying he has a girlfriend at school. So his girlfriend sent a note saying that she wanted him to come over her house for a play
Sent a
date.
note to you?
Yes, through my son to me. So I say absolutely not, and my husband says it's okay with him. So what would you do?
Something else. This is what I would do if I were you. I would get in touch with the mom. I wouldn't talk about this girlfriend-boyfriend thing. I would wait until the play date actually happens. Invite her over for, you know, mid-morning coffee or something like that. Have her bring her daughter. When the coffee gets cold, that's when it's time for them to get out. It's not hours and hours of playing. It's a little hot chocolate and a little coffee, you know, around lunchtime on a Saturday. And once they're over there, make sure that the kids are always in your sight. And don't mention the boyfriend-girlfriend thing, you know, because it's too much. Yeah, it's too much for a mom, you know, I mean, of the girl.
I'm not ready for that.
You know, she's fast. All right. Good luck, Mom.
Thank you.
Up next, everybody, we're going to reveal our audience eye candy of the day. Don't go far. I'm standing with Trisha Wanzer. She's a marketing consultant out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And you're our eye candy of the day.
Thank you.
How you doing? Listen, what caught my eye, I love your leather look skirt.
Why, thank you. Well, I got my top at Marshall's for $10.
Perfect.
It's an Express. My B2B leather look pencil skirt for $5. And these are $9.99 shoes. We have a $9.99 shoe store in Fort Lauderdale. If anybody wants to come, I'll show you where it is.
Okay, well, here's your diva fan. We love your look. Trisha, thank you so much. We'll be right back, everyone. This here is the latest food sensation. It's called a Kregel. It's half croissant and half bagel. It was created by a store in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. The store is called The Bagel Store. And they are said to be the cronut of 2014. You know, it's got a slight sweet wash on it. Actually, very good. Huh? Pass them around. We have Kregels for everyone, by the way, in the studio audience. Tomorrow, we've got another big show. Dr. Pete Wentz will be here, and from VH1 Single Ladies, Latoya Luckett stops by. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on Wendy. Bye.